Well, it was a very senior group. And so I really enjoyed hearing the diverse, cross section of views of these senior information security and technology executives, listening to how each of their organizations is dealing with relatively similar problems, talent management and retention, being able to communicate clearly to the board the risks facing their enterprise in this, really dynamic information environment. And how do you do that in a way that really simplifies and gives executive decision makers a clear sense of the risks and the mitigation strategies? So I really enjoyed the discussion. I felt like it was very substantive, and I'm already thinking about ideas and ways of applying what I learned today. It really reinforced for me the importance of measuring very carefully with the right indicators and knowing what you really need to measure, to really understand the risks to your business and to your workforce. And, the two, of course, are intertwined. Some stakeholders today were thinking about insider threats because of their institution. Others like me and might have a smaller company where you're really focused on attracting and retaining key talent. So, I think the most important thing is make sure that you're measuring those risks and you really understand them, and ideally with as many leading indicators as you possibly can to really stay ahead of the problem and make sure you're doing those long-term investments as well. One thing that we really pride ourselves on is delivering measurable outcomes and ensuring that our customers are able to measure the outcomes within their business context. We always want to make sure that we're doing that translation for them. Usually it's against a framework that they're already using to measure and understand their risks. So we go to great lengths to make sure that we are articulating our service outcomes, our security and compliance outcomes against several of those, very popular frameworks and powerful frameworks like NIST and CIS and CMMC, et cetera. But we always really want to meet the customer where they are and do so with data so that they always understand what we're delivering. Are we indeed delivering against their requirements? And if there's a gap, we want to know so that we can quickly shore it up, because the one thing that you can count on in information security is that there are always going to be gaps because the adversary gets a vote.